Hi beautiful people, welcome to today's tutorial. So this is the measurements that we'll be using. You can pause it to get a better look. The straps, the main bodies, and the pocket piece. So the first thing that we'll go ahead to do is to get our pocket piece and just fold the three other edges. You could iron this, but I like to stitch it down at the very edge. I'll just stitch it down with 1/2 inch, just like so, on the three other ends, and then the parts that I would not join to the bag, I'll go ahead and fold it over twice and hem it neatly. So if you are just listening to what I'm saying, you might run into a little bit of confusion, so please do well to pay attention to what I am doing in the video. So like I said earlier, I'm folding every other side with 1/2 inch, and you could iron, you could stitch. I prefer stitching. So after doing that, then you go to the part, that's the top part, where it's going to be open, and you fold. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. You can see how I stitched the other ends. I didn't stitch where the 1/2 inch stopped. I stitched the very edge of the fabric just so that they could be held in place. Now I'm going to be bringing the main bodies of my bag, and I just measured down 6 inches from one end of the bag, from the top of the bag, and just marked a line there. So I'm attaching my pocket on the wrong side of my fabric. You could attach your pocket to the right side, it doesn't really matter. So now I just placed my pocket there, and then I'm just pinning it down, making sure that it is centralized, and I'll sew the other 3 ends just as you see me doing. So I've gone ahead to stitch it now. If you want, you could run another straight stitch across, just to demarcate the pockets, but I would want to leave mine like this, so that's why we have it there. Now I'm folding my bag, wrong sides facing each other. Yes, I know we are used to right sides facing each other, but for this we're going to be folding wrong side facing each other first, and just make sure that everything is sitting okay, and then we'll go ahead and stitch on the side with 1/4 inch sewing allowance. Please be mindful of your sewing allowance. We're using 1/4 inch, and this is what we have after sewing. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to turn my bag inside out. I'll just turn it inside out like you see me doing. I'll turn it inside out. Be mindful of the bottom edges and make sure you push them out as much as possible. So after pushing it out, this is what I have. So I've gone ahead to turn it inside out. Now I'm going to stitch the edges again with 1/2 inch sewing allowance this time around, making sure that the former stitch is not visible anymore. I'm trying to give the inside of the bag very neat finishing, and that's the purpose of that. So now I've gone ahead to stitch it, and then on the stitched part I'm coming down by 1 inch on both sides. So I'm just coming down like this because I want to trim the bulkiness on the side, because I'm still going to hem the top of the bag. We don't want that edge to be too thick. If it's too thick, my needle would not go through. So I'm just trimming the edge. I'm not cutting up to where I sewed. I'm just cutting the excess fabric off because we're going to cover it up anyways. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn my bag inside out, and then fold the top part with 1/2 inch and sew the edge. We're not sewing where the 1/2 inch ended, we're sewing the very edge of the bag. Just pay close attention to what I'm saying, please, and pay close attention to what I'm doing most especially. So we are sewing the very edge of the bag, and then for our sleeves I'm just going to fold them right sides facing each other and stitch closed with 1/4 inch sewing allowance. So I've gone ahead to stitch my sleeves and turn it inside out, and I also gave it a very good press. As you can see, everything is looking nice and neat. So this is what I have. I made sure that the stitched part was ironed towards the side, and then this is what I have for the 1/2 inch I folded earlier. As you can see, I did not sew the 1/2 inch point. I sewed the edge of it just so that it could stay put and stay in place. Now what I'm going to do, from the both ends of my bag, or from the both sides of my bag, I will come in by 4 inches on both sides. So I'll come in by 4 inch from the left hand side and 4 inch from the right hand side, and then I will just trace the marking on both sides of my bag as you see me doing. And these are pointers to where I will be attaching my straps. Please make sure that you attach it straight. I love to put the joined part facing the middle of the bag, so just make sure you attach it the way you see me putting mine, and pin it in place. Confirm that your strap is straight so that you don't end up having twisted straps and then having to lose the bag and start all over again. So make sure that your strap is straight. Confirm with your pin. That's why you need to pin first and check. So after doing that, now I'm going to take to my sewing machine and stitch the top. You see where I'm pointing? That's where you are going to stitch for the 4 sides of the strap, the top parts. Now I've gone ahead to stitch it, as you can see. Now we would be folding over. Just watch how I'm folding. So we'll be folding over like this now with another 1/2 inch sewing allowance. This is the final, or the second to the last step rather. So we'll be folding over with 1/2 inch, and now we'll be sewing where the 1/2 inch stopped. I'll be zooming in later on, or I'll be bringing it closer to the camera rather. So I'll be sewing here. The way you see me pointing, that's where I'll be sewing, and I've gone ahead to do that. So this is what we have. Now you would notice that by the time you stitch and you hold your bag, it's going to be opening, so you need to secure your strap to the top of the bag. So you're just going to go ahead now and run a stitch. You could do straight stitches, you could do a cross stitch. I just like to run a stitch, just a straight stitch at the top of the strap. I just run a straight stitch there. I'll be showing you my stitch when I get it done. So I've gone ahead to do everything, and the bag is ready. So this is the kind of stitch I used. You can see it. I just ran a straight stitch at the top, and everywhere in the bag is looking neat, is looking nice. And this is so easy to make. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, guys. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to the channel so that I would know that you are enjoying my video and be urged to put out more content. See you in my next video, guys, and don't forget, practice makes perfect. Bye.